What are some interesting or fun Christmas traditions you follow? On Christmas morning, the Christmas mystery starts. The living room is covered in strings that my sister and I would have to collect and unravel. At the end of the string is the first clue of the mystery. The mystery includes many tasks like small handmade puzzles, math problems, music problems, etc. that my father would make the night before. It leads us to our gifts. As an American Jew, I order Chinese food and watch a movie. My brother made a Christmas ornament in school, I think kindergarten or grade 1. It was made of tinfoil and bunched up into a ball. The face was made with some sequins for eyes and a mouth. I'm 4 years younger than he is, and when I saw this thing one year I asked my mom, why is there a ball of garbage on the tree? I remember she laughed out loud and my brother got all upset. It literally looked like something you would throw in the trash after you ate your sandwich. It's probably where he got this tin foil, to be honest. That little ball of garbage sits front and center every year on the tree, must be 25 years now. Wish I had a picture to show you guys, lol. We just started, but 2 years ago, after watching Home Alone, I decided to work with my 6-year-old son to create a Santa trap. We did it last year, and they are currently designing a trap for Santa right now. We put the tree up 1st of December. We start the month off with a Lego advent calendar that we open and build one thing every day leading up to the big day. This year it was Harry Potter Christmas Lego. Our festive playlists are popped on in the car and at home throughout the month of December. Sting's song Soul Cake is a good one. We drive round looking at all the Christmas lights and always take the dogs with us. We buy top shelf hot chocolate for the evenings for when we feel like a cup. It's the one time of the year we splurge on good wine and cheeses. We have a cuisine theme every year. This year it's Australian barbecue, last year it was American, and the year before that was a vegan menu. We always toast on the big day and individually speak on what we are grateful for. We do a puzzle that's always left on the dining table for anyone to have a crack at. It has to be a Ravensburger. Christmas for us is truly about all the goodness a family shares between one another and amplifying it by 100 to make memories and kick off the new year in a positive way. December 26th in our family, when the kids were growing up, was Write Thank You Notes Day. We lived overseas, so were far from other family members, and couldn't thank them in person. We made this event fun by making hot chocolate with a candy cane in it, and whipped cream on top, and we put out a plate of Christmas cookies, along with nice stationery to write notes on. The kids had all been given a little notepad in their stockings the day before so they could write down who gave them which present. We actually looked forward to all sitting around the table with our hot chocolate and cookies and writing these notes together. The house I grew up in had a fireplace, and we always had a fire going on Christmas Eve. Later, after I had gone to bed and the fire was gone, my dad would put his boots in the ash and then make footprints going from the fireplace, to the tree, to the milk and cookies, and back. Looking back, I think that's so clever, and I plan to do the same for my kids. The kids were getting too clever figuring out what their gifts were, so we started labeling them in code so they wouldn't know whose was whose. Well, they started to crack the code, so now, even as adults, a different code is figured every year and they have to crack the code to pass out the presents appropriately. For instance, we noticed their birthdays didn't share any digits, so each present just has a number from their birthday. Same as Thanksgiving, a pie flipping contest. After lunch, contestants go out into the yard with a slice of pie on a plate and flip it into the air and catch it on said plate. Competitors are judged on height of throw, flips of pie, and style of catch. All pie must be eaten. As someone who is celebrating their first Christmas with their spouse, I absolutely love all the traditions everyone is bringing up, and I'm hoping we can come up with our own. Happy holidays, Reddit. My husband and I have a few. Our tree topper is a gold Starbucks cup ornament. It started with our first tree together years ago when we realized we didn't have a star, and we've kept it up ever since. My mom gave us an ornament that opens up like a locket. Each year on Christmas we put in a little wish for the following year and read what we put in from the previous year. My husband makes French macarons to give to friends and co-workers, and me. Relatively new one, we make a big batch of eggnog similar to Alton Brown's recipe, which can age for a long time in the fridge. We keep one little bottle for the following year to drink while we put up the tree. We have a tradition of airing of grievances, where we share how those around the table have let you down over the year. We still do the tradition of hiding a fake pickle within the tree, and whoever finds it usually gets a prize or good luck. Last year no one found it, probably why all the bad luck was this year. We always have the person who received the last present pick one for someone else, and no, you can't pick another one for yourself. I think it's a nice way to make sure it's not all over and done within 5 minutes where you can't even remember what you got. Every year around 3 in the afternoon on Christmas Day my whole family start shouting obscenities at each other and decrying each other's parenting skills, food and diet choices, and their relationship with alcohol. We've done the same thing like clockwork for years. Not a Christmas tradition, but every year on November 12th, my family celebrates the time my great-great-granddad lost his debut professional boxing match. This year was 103 years. We call it Loser's Day. Supposedly he came up with the tradition himself, but didn't make it to the first one, because of the pneumonia going around at the time. His son was actually born 7 months after his death, so the first Loser's Day wasn't held until 1925, after my GGGMA brought up how he had joked about making it a tradition. Growing up, we always lit candles while eating breakfast with sliced, not peeled, oranges, then took the orange rind and folded the rinds and squeezed the oils out into the candle's flames. It flares up really fast, but it's pretty safe. I'm anxious to start this again with my family, but playing with fire inside the house seems stupid with toddlers. I know my 4-year-old will be trying it by herself, so I'm holding off a little bit. We let the children out of our basement for Christmas Day. Joke. We make a blanket and pillow fort, get all the pets and have a movie night. Being depressed, smiley face. Long John Silver's on Christmas Eve. Every year. We play a Christmas ball game. We take turns each year. So last year was my year. I bought gift cards, candles, remote control lights, deck of cards, cash, candy. And then you start with the best gift and start wrapping it in cling wrap, and by the end you have everything wrapped up in this big cling wrap ball. So when you start, the person to the right of the person with the ball rolls 2 dice until they get a pair, while the person with the ball is trying to unwrap the ball as much as they can, so whatever falls out during your turn is yours to keep. And it keeps going around until the whole ball is done. It's so much fun. Watching the Philosopher's Stone in a new language. No, I don't learn a new language every year. Yes, I don't understand a word, but know exactly what they are saying. My husband and I started doing Christmas nachos, and it is by far the best tradition we have come up with together for the holiday. Other than making the cheese sauce, there is minimal cooking required, and everyone can customize their plate to whatever they want. My family puts gifts in random boxes, and then we keep reusing them year after year. The best one is a near syringe box. It's been passed around for years and always gets a laugh. Every Christmas Eve we watch Christmas movies, Elf, Rudolph, The Grinch, the original, A Christmas Story and Serendipity. We will introduce Die Hard when our son is older. We snack all day and for dinner have our neighbors over for drinks. Unfortunately the last part is out this year, but it's something we do. Cookies, carrots and milk for Santa and his reindeer. Then once the kid goes to bed, I write a letter to him from Santa and leave it in a mini mailbox on the doorstep. Then we put the turkey in the sink to defrost, and spend the rest of the night wrapping presents while drinking wine and listening to nostalgic Christmas music, Michael Bublé, Kenny G and Frank Sinatra. Opening PJs on Christmas Eve from each of my grandparents. You know you're the favorite grandparents when your grandchild wears your PJs to bed on Christmas night. We always gather at my grandma's house. Gifts would always be done in the living room by the tree. There's one chair in particular that whoever is sitting in, basically, whoever gets to the living room last, has the duty of bagging up the wrapping paper. One year we decided it was too much work to walk the wrapping paper over and started calling it up and throwing it to whoever was in the chair. Fast forward a decade later and it has devolved into full-on wrapping paper wars once the gifts were exchanged. I'm talking full out, all around the house, people whipping balls of wrapping paper at each other. It's always good for a laugh.